Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting, and I have a product review to share with you tonight. I've been promising this for a little while, and it took me a bit longer than expected, but I am finally finished with this, and this is the Diamond Art Freestyle sticker kit from Artdot. And Artdot was gracious enough to send this to me to review, and so this is indeed a PR package or a product review package. And I do have an affiliate code that I will list below, as well as all the different social media links and links to the Artdot web store. If you use my code, you can get a 10% discount, and I will get a very small commission from that, which I can use to put back into the channel to provide more content for you. You certainly don't have to use that code, but it is there for you. And I just checked today, and these stickers are still on sale. This kit for US dollars is almost $12. It's $11.98 or $11.97, something like that. And I think they had a buy one get one with a bigger discount for a second kit for a little while, a second sticker kit. I'm not sure that's still going on. You'll have to check it out. But in any case, check out my code below if you'd like. Check out their social media posts, their TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, and see what you think. So I'm going to share with you what I think after completing this kit. So I did do a kit up video already, so I'm not going to go into all the details, but I will just give a quick overview of what came with the kit. So it had a toolkit with this little blue pen with a 3-placer and a squishy and a pad of wax, which I have used some of it. There, the blue wax. And then this cute little tray. And as for diamonds, it came with 48 different colors. It did not come with these boxes. This is what I used to kit them up. But I thought it was kind of neat in the end because I could see how much of each color that I had left. So there's some of the colors, the first 24, and there are, let me see if I can get this to show up better, the other 24. And this is a dark green here. You can see that was probably one of my favorite colors, so there's not as much left of that, but definitely plenty of diamonds left. So if you're looking for a way to just build your stash of diamonds, and these are rounds, then this may be a way to do it. So here you can see all the pinks, the reds, the bright colors, and the greens there, and what I have left after doing all 38 of these stickers, which leads me to, oh, and yes, there was a lot of black with this kit, and even though I outlined just about all of them in black, I used a couple other darker colors for a couple of them, but I still had lots of black left. And I also had this baggie left because at one point I mixed some greens to do one of them, and these are just the ones I spilled and all that. So not really trash drills, just ones that got lost along the way. So the kit came with 38 stickers, and they were all colored gray with a couple different symbols on there. And the idea with the freestyle stickers is you don't have to follow any particular color code. You just do what you want with them. So it does have some instructions on the box here, and it did say to color A, the dark outlining, was for dark colors, not necessarily black. Color B was for any color in succession, and that one was kind of confusing, I think, to a lot of people, and it was a bit confusing to me as well. I just saw it as use a different color than what you're doing for the rest of it, so I didn't exactly follow these color codes. I did what I want because it's a freestyle kit. And color C was white. I didn't always use white either. And then the symbol on most of them was that little flower for any color, but I basically did whatever I felt like with all of these. So let's take a look at all of them and what I came up with, and then we'll talk a little bit about the good and maybe a couple things to watch out for if you do this kit yourself. So 38, here we go. This was a lollipop that I chose kind of a green from light to dark on that one. This was a daisy, and to me it reminded me of when we were kids and we used to stick flowers in water that had food coloring in it to try to change the color of the flower. So that's kind of how I did this one, with the dark colors in the middle, like the flower had soaked up some of the darker dyes and then left it white around the edges of the petals there. So that's a daisy. And then the star, pretty basic there with purple. I need to adjust one little drill there that's trying to, there we go. And then this was supposed to be angel wings, but I like butterflies, and I decided it also looked like a butterfly, so I did it kind of in darker purples. There's a couple shades there. It's kind of hard to tell from the camera, but I did that one as a butterfly rather than angel wings. Oh, doesn't that look yummy? Everybody loves these rainbow lollipops when they're kids. I always wanted one of those. I remember seeing them when we went to amusement parks and places like that. They'd be in the souvenir shop, but Mom and Dad usually said no because they're huge and there's lots of sweets. I mean, lots of sugar in those, of course. So that's my rainbow lollipop. And the donut, I probably would have maybe gone a slightly darker color. I debated back and forth and just chose the lightest color there. And instead of white, that was marked as white for those little pink sprinkles. I made them into pink sprinkles because every donut needs sprinkles. We have a crown. Almost looks like a little bit of a bird head with two eyes and a beak there, but that is a crown. That one is a little bit harder to tell what it is. This was probably one of the first ones I did. And the little puppy paw. And every cupcake needs pink icing with sprinkles and a cherry on top. So there's my cupcake. And this is a heart that actually one of my friends did, because one of the good things about this kit is you can kick your camera. Is that it is portable. So I did keep all the supplies in this container here, and we went out last Wednesday and I really wanted to diamond paint. So my hubby was going out to meet up with some of the friends at our favorite craft beer hangout. So I packed everything up into this and brought it with me and sat there at the bar and diamond painted. And this was one of my friends who said, I want to try. And I said, sure. So that is the heart that they came up with. And I got to talk about diamond painting a little bit with a few people there. It was really kind of fun. So here's a little pink bow. And I can probably go a little bit faster with some of these. Let me see if I can make some more room for them up here. There's standard light bulb. I didn't do anything too fancy with that one. And then we have a little flower in a flower pot. And I did seem to use a lot of purple now that I see them spread out here. And a smiley face. I see so many yellow smiley faces, I wanted to do something different, so I made it purple. And a purple flower, and it kind of blends a little bit, but there's some dark pink spots in that flower. And this was one of the ones that used that color B that said blending, and it used it for like the stem of this flower. So I just made it brown. I made it what I felt like making. And the bees also showed up in other stems, like the stem of the lollipop, and I think it was the bee color on here as well. No, that looks like the A. You can kind of tell by the background there. The really dark means it was black, but anyway. So I didn't necessarily follow the idea of the bee. So here, this is an ice cream cone, but it doesn't have to be. One of my viewers left a comment that this can also be a Christmas tree, but I used a light mint green color on this one because mint green is my favorite ice cream, but it's also green. It could be a topiary tree. Then we have the little music note thing. I don't read music. Forgot what that was called. Music thing. So I made that a rainbow. And actually that's part of a pear. So I'll put that over there. Silly me didn't recognize this at first as a raindrop. So if you go to my unboxing video, you'll see me struggling trying to figure out what that is. But I realized later it's a raindrop. And one of the things you can do if you're not sure what to do with some of these, or if you're not sure what they are, you can go to the ARTDOT website and they show every sticker done up as well as plain and tell you exactly what they are. So if you're kind of confused on what they are, or if you're not sure what to do with colors or with different styles, you can check out their webpage. I tried not to look most of the time, but there were a couple times I wanted a little help and a little suggestion on what to do with some of these. But for the most part, I tried to purposely not look to come up with my own ideas. But this was kind of following some of their guidance on this one. So yes, raindrop. Now they called this a lotus flower, but I decided I wanted it to be a succulent cactus. So that is what I did with it. Lots of greens on there. I may have to move these to make room for the next set. I'll leave that one to the side. So continuing on with the weather theme, we have our standard rainbow there, and I tried to put a little silver lining of gray on the edges of the clouds. And of course we have to have our lightning bolt, and there are a few shades of yellow in there. It's kind of hard to tell because it does blend so well with the different colors that were available in there, but that is the lightning bolt. Now this one I had fun with because I wanted to see how many colors I could fit. I mean, I could have fit more colors if I wanted, but each stripe in this feather is a different color, plus the black background makes 16 colors in this particular sticker here. So that is the feather. And then the diamond I decided to turn into a ruby. And again, this is a couple different shades of red there, but they look pretty close. I did the darker around the edges and then filled it up with the lighter color, but on camera it looks all the same, but it is a couple shades of red. Now this looked like a Celtic symbol to me. My mom is really into our Irish heritage, so I believe this will be made up into a Mother's Day gift for my mom. Hopefully she's not watching here, but this is where a lot of the green went. So instead of using black, I used the very dark green as the outline and then filled it in. And this was one I did near the end. This flower reminded me of hearts, so I of course had to turn it pink, but I have at least 4, maybe 5 different shades of pink in that one. And of course the rainbow peace symbol, going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. We're getting there. Let me move some of those away. This one was a little puzzling for me on what to do with because I am a Texas A&M graduate, Giga-Meggies, and this is kind of the symbol. It's used for a couple other things, but it's also the symbol for UT, which is our big rival at A&M. So I decided to play with pink stripes on this one. So each one of these stripes is a different color pink. So yes, there are 7 different colors of pink in this one. I wasn't really sure what to do with it to make it not look like the University of Texas symbol, but that's what I came up with. Then we have another smaller rainbow lollipop. The moon. I went pretty standard with that one. Saturn, it goes from dark to light going this way with a little bit of a slightly darker edge there. Then we have the flamingo. I thought about turning this into a duck because I do own a Jeep. I love my Jeep. But the long legs and everything, I had to go with flamingo on that one. So there's a flamingo. It's a piece of candy. Yum, yum. And this one I really liked. This is a rose. So I had fun doing all different colors of petals with lots of different pink shades. Let's see, this was a popsicle, and I was trying to go for the bomb pop feel, the red, white, and blue, but I was trying to make everything come out even, and so it was an even number across. So I could have either gone 2 or 4 with the white. I probably should have gone 2 and made a little bit more red and blue on that one. But once it was done, it was done. I didn't feel like pulling off all those white to change it out. So that is my red, white, and blue popsicle. Here's the other half of my music note stuff, so you can see the diagonals kind of line up together on that, so that's kind of a set. A couple more here. Another piece of candy. And a couple of my favorites here, I saved the butterfly till last. So I did several different shades and colors in there. It's probably kind of hard to see all the shading in that one, but love butterflies. So, and then finally, everybody needs a pastel unicorn. I thought this one was a lot cuter than I first expected it to be. I added a little bit of gray line here to make a nose, and I added a little smiley face that wasn't there. The eye was the same, but I did add the smiley and the nose so I could make a happy little unicorn. And one of the things I did with this one is I went back at the end and I counted how many drills were in this particular one. So this one, which is about an average size, had 308 drills on it. So if you multiply 308 by 38 for the number of stickers, some are bigger, some are smaller, it should come out about average. It came to 11,400 diamonds. So that's probably why it took me a little longer than I expected. So here's the nice pile of all my sticker goodies here. So let's talk about what I thought about the kit. Well, first of all, lots of colors to work with. It was definitely fun to kit up and see all the different colors. And I never had to choose a color that I didn't want to use. I never ran out of any. Although the really dark green, I used a lot of that, especially for this Celtic knot. But I had no trouble with the numbers of drills. The drills were very nice. The black was a little bit more pokey or pointy, maybe, than the others. The others were a little more round and flat and a little bit easier to pick up with the pen. But I still didn't have any troubles with any of those drills. Hopefully you can see the drills have a lot of sparkle. Didn't find trash, and the black were very easy to work with. So that's the drills. The one area that maybe had just a little bit of an issue for me was the stickiness, especially on the edges of these. So I think the glue could be maybe a little bit thicker, but especially around the edges, because that's where I was having trouble getting drills to stick on a few of these stickers. I was still able to do so, but one of the things I do keep nearby, although I don't see it right now, I keep some of the Diamond Dots, or Michaels also sells it, some glue dot glue, which you can replace the sticky on any diamond painting material. You just spread the glue, wait about 30 minutes, and then you can put the diamonds down and it sticks really well. I did not have to go that far with any of these, but I think if a kid were working on some of these, that could be one of the frustrations, because I do sometimes push a little hard with the diamonds, and I found that while doing that, some of them were sliding off around the edges or just not sticking, and I'd have to kind of hold my fingernail down and get them to stick onto the edges of these. So maybe a little bit more glue around the edges. The other thing I noticed was that there was no real true orange in the colors. There were definitely lots of colors, as you can see, but if you're going for a true rainbow, the oranges that they gave with the kit were these. They were more like peach colors rather than oranges, so it was hard to get a true orange out of there. I mean, it worked okay if I call up if I bring up like the rainbow here, you can see that between that yellow and the red, it does look orange, but actually that was more of a peach color. And the same with these other rainbow things. So the colors around it still made it look like it was orange. Let me see if I can find another one. But, well, this kind of shows what the colors actually look like. So those were the orange colors. So not quite a true orange. So that would have been cool to have something that's a little bit more brighter for the orange color. But still, I was able to make do just fine, as you saw. So a little bit more sticky, especially on the edges, and maybe some orange would have been nice. Otherwise, though, it was a great kit. It was fun to do. And I liked that each one was just an individual little project. So a couple days this week, I just didn't seem to be getting anywhere with diamond painting. So I could just take one of these and do 1 or 2 or 3 and feel like I got somewhere for the evening, even if I didn't want to pull out a big time in painting. So what's the next step for these? Well, I think I mentioned in some of the other videos, I bought a lot of goodies at craft stores and Walmart. I walked around looking for really cheap things to put stickers on in various ways, and a couple simple craft projects to do with these. And that'll be my final step with these, is to show you what in the world you can do with all these stickers. So I have some resin I'm going to try, all sorts of things. I am going to seal a lot of these. I got some dishwasher safe sealant, because if you're going to put them on cups, you probably want them dishwasher safe. And I'm going to see how that works, but I'm not going to seal all of them. So resin can be kind of tricky to do and deal with, and it is a chemical reaction. So the ones that I decide I want to mess with a little resin, I'm not going to seal those, because I worry, and I will do this in a very safe environment and protection and all that, because I'm really not sure how the diamonds or the sticky glue will react in the resin. That'll be my true experiment. I have both UV resin and some regular. I just want to see, can I make a coaster out of these where they're embedded in resin? We'll find out. But I also got some hats, some bags, some wooden things, all sorts of little things to try to stick these stickers on. And one of the other important things for something like that is the glue that goes with it. So I am also a junk journaler, and those of us who do junk journaling really love the Beacon glue. It's also sold as Fabrifix, Fabric Tack. This is silicone glue, and it is really sticky and works really well on fabric. So this is what I will be using to do some of the crafts where you think, ooh, would a sticker be good on fabric? Well, this stuff works really well for fabric glue. And I should mention again, just in case you didn't see my initial video, these stickers are see-through. So the backing paper is white, but when you peel these off, don't want to peel off a diamond. Let me get an easier corner to get, there we go. So the backing paper is white, but the stickers are clear. And since these are round drills, it means that some of the back might show through depending on what color you use. I'm not going to stick this one on here, but you can kind of see how if you put it on something dark, the dark color will maybe come through a little bit, but if you put it on something light colored, of course, the light color will come through. So I might be painting or coloring some of the objects that I put these on to try to match the background of the color. So just to give you a hint of what else I have planned, I have some Shrinky Dinks, which I'm going to try to cut and shrink down to about the same size and use it as a backing for things like keychains. And I thought about, oops, I just lost one. That's why I think they need to be sealed, as one of my little diamonds popped off. I should be careful with them. One of the things I thought about, because they are see-through, is to do the back on one and see what might happen with that. So I'd probably pick a small one and try that and see what I can do with that. But I'm going to play around with these and see what I can come up with. And oh, I almost forgot one final hint. If you are working on these, there isn't a big edge around these to hold on to, and especially if you're thinking about little kids doing these. You don't want kiddos to get too frustrated with their first diamond painting experience. So what I did was I took these the micro glue dots that I have here for my pen, and I stuck it down on the work surface and then stuck the sticker on top of that, and it would stay put. So I could diamond paint it without having it move all over the place, or without me having to stick my finger in the sticky part to hold on to it, because they really do have a pretty narrow edge around the side. So if you don't have glue dots, maybe that would help, especially if you're trying to do this project with kids, because I wouldn't try very young kids, probably older kids, because there could be a certain level of frustration with some of these, especially if the glue's not real sticky. They do take a little bit of patience. Like I said, 300 drills on average on each one, but they are definitely doable for kids, and probably fun because of all the bright colors and the idea that you can do whatever you want for the colors. You're not tied to certain colors that you have to do on them. So here are all my stickers, and overall, I'm glad I got this kit. I did thoroughly enjoy it. I do appreciate Artdot sharing it with me. And again, if you're interested in this kit, you can click through on my 10% discount code if you'd like. You certainly don't have to, and I will get a small commission from that. And all of Artdot's social media information is also below on this post. So I thank you for watching, and stay tuned as I figure out what to do with these. I may have maybe a part 1 and a part 2 video after I do a little bit of crafting and see what I can come up with these. So thanks for watching. Have a good day or week or weekend or whatever, and I'll catch you next time.